Hey, what's up friends? Moses here from Driver Success. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just starting out my shift. I have this hazmat load going out to Grapevine. It's gonna be a live unload, I believe. I think so. Alright, I've made it here. The time is 15:24. My appointment is for 1600. So made it in good time.
I can see all the signs I tried to fill in the cracks that were spread in my mind, but I was all out of hope, lost in an endless maze. The emptiness had a fall.
It took me a while in there, and there's a reason why it took me a while, and I'm gonna share with you guys, especially for those of you that are already with JB Hunt but are still new. Sometimes you just have to learn some of the tricks. So I'm gonna share with you one of the things that I've done that could be able to help you out, and then I have something else that I'm gonna share concerning my journey with 5K.
Just like a void, but you broke the coldness somehow.
Okay, so I've decided to put on this headphone, hoping that you guys will be able to get better sound because the truck is running, because it's hot outside. Anyway, so we are going to start with the first advice, especially for those of you that are new to JB Hunt. It may even help some of you that have been here for some time, but this is for those of you that are new. So currently here in Hazlet, the intermodal division, we are kind of slow. It is very unusual because during this time, getting into the third quarter, we should be busy. And I don't do a good job of following up on the news to know what's happening in the industry, but I did hear about I think there were like the rail workers wanted to what is it called, they wanted to what's the thing like where people picket, strike, right? I think my understanding is that a deal was reached, but they wanted to strike. Now I don't know if that strike kind of affected us because it's to do with like intermodal. So I don't know if that is part of what is affecting us, or I think some time back I also heard about something to do with the big retailers like the Walmarts, the Targets, something to do with the disruption in their shipping. And so I don't know if again that has to do with us, because of course whatever affects them somehow affects us, but for some reason we are kind of slow, and so we are not getting as many loads as we should get. And so because of that, what happened today, this load right here, in normal days when you are busy, what you want to do is just to do drop and hooks, because the more loads you have, the better it works out. So this load is supposed to be a live load, but when I came to this customer, I had an option. The customer gave me the option. He asked me whether I wanted to just drop the load, pick up an empty and get out of here, or I wanted to wait for a live load. So there are some customers that will give us that option. Now if I was sure that we had enough loads, what I would do is I would just say, you know what, I'm dropping it, let me pick up an empty, let me continue moving, because that gives me an opportunity to make more money, especially since this is also a hazmat load. But because I'm not sure of getting as many loads as I want to, it is better for me to wait for the customer, get this paid as a live load plus whatever detention I make, because it doesn't make sense for me to to hurry, make this a drop and hook, go pick up and then sit somewhere because we are out of loads, or go home early. You know what I'm talking about? And JB Hunt has no problem with that, because they know they want to keep you happy. So the best thing you can do is either shoot your manager a message or try to find out how busy you are, so that you can make decision based on, you know, like what is going to work out best for you. Now, if say for example you wanted to just come in and you didn't mind getting off early, you're like, hey, I'll make it a drop and hook, go finish my loads, I would rather go home early. If that's what works best for you, then you do that, because there are times when I may decide to do that, you know, like maybe just hit out my loads. If they don't have any more loads, let me know so I can get out of here. Sometimes when they don't have more loads, what they will do is they will just tell you to, you know, like look for empties and ingate them. So you just figure out what works best for you, and then you go by that. So for this load, the customer gave me an option. I decided to wait on the load based on what I could figure out. With my communication with the manager, I realized that, you know what, I would rather wait for this load. So that is an advice I want to give out to you. Instead of you getting frustrated that you're not getting enough loads, try and communicate with your manager and see what will work best for you. So that was one. The second thing that I want to talk to you is to do with my 5K run. So this week right here is my first, you know, like full week of the 5K that I told you guys that I'm preparing for, the training that I'm doing. And as I told you, I'm going to be sharing with you how that is going. I'll be updating you. But what I wanted to share with you is today when I come in, we are during this month, the way JB Hunt has started doing it. I don't know if this is how it has, I don't think this is how we've been doing it in the past, maybe, but I don't remember it being like this. Anyway, and now I think JB Hunt takes the whole month, like during you know, like appreciating drivers. Now they are taking the whole month. So here in Hazlet we have a whole week. I don't remember us ever doing a whole week of driver appreciation, but that's what they are doing right now. So from Monday until today being a Friday, they are appreciating drivers. So like every day there has been something different. Of course, with me, since I'm not here on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, I don't know what has been going on, but I know that they've been having the appreciation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So on Monday, I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe they had hamburgers or something. So when I came in, you know, like after working out, I was like, at first when I was coming in, I had forgotten about it. But when I got to the yard and I saw that, oh man, there's driver appreciation, I was ready to get a hamburger, but there was a line. So I didn't want to wait in line. So I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna wait in line. I already have something that to eat. So I just missed it. But if there was no line, I was just ready to get a hamburger, which means it was kind of going to disrupt my plan, because I hadn't planned for that hamburger. But again, because I had worked out, I was like feeling like, you know what, I'll just eat a hamburger. Who cares? You know, like I can always work it out. After all, I've put in some workout. That is how we kind of talk ourselves. We have this you know, like voice going on, and we are talking to ourselves and making compromises and making excuses. So on Monday I was able to avoid that, not because of my willpower, but just because there was a line, right? So today I come in again, I had forgotten about it again. I find they have stuff out there. Now this time, one of the things that they had that I love was ribs, and guess what, they didn't have a line there. But what worked well for me is today I had somebody, you know, like talk about, you know, like again those small voices, the things that we talk about, like we talk to ourselves about how, you know, like it's okay, I can make that exception. I had just listened to somebody who was talking about that. So when I came in, much as I wanted to get those ribs, I remembered something. I had not accounted for that. Now, if I had known ahead of time, if I had remembered that, oh, there is driver appreciation, maybe I would kind of account for that and like prepare ahead of time and have that into my my planning, that there's something at work, let me go and see what's there, and then I can see how I can fit it into my my plan. But I hadn't done that. So when I got to the yard, because I had just listened to somebody talk about that and I hadn't accounted for that, much as I love eating ribs, I was able to say, you know what, I am not going to get those ribs. I was thinking of that, like the barbecue sauce they put on there. Some of that sauce has a lot of sugar. To make those ribs sweet, they add a lot of sugar in making them. These are not ribs that I had made myself. So, like, you don't know how much calories you are going to eat. So I thought of all that. I'm like, you know what? This time I am applying my willpower. Much as I love those ribs, I'm gonna skip them and I'm just gonna stay on my plan. The reason why I share with you that is because I know that those are the things that we talk to ourselves about. Like you want to be healthy, you want to eat healthy. Maybe you start a plan and then before you know it, you have this voice where you have this conversation going on in your head. Where you start making excuses, you start making compromises, you start putting off, like working out, you start saying, that will come later on, or I can deal with that. So my encouragement to you is that don't, I guess I share this with you, hoping that maybe it can be an encouragement to someone out there who may be having these conversations in their head that is causing them to get off of their plan. Just because they want to maybe eat something they shouldn't eat, or they want to skip a workout that they should work out. So my encouragement to you is stay to the plan and keep on moving. Actually, it didn't take as long as I thought. I'm done. All I need to do now is take off those placards. I just need to pull up a little bit, close my doors, slide my tandems, and I'll be out of here. The time right now is 17:15, so it hasn't been bad at all.